I am a proud partner of Car Marshal. If you are interested in a new or used car, please check out Car Marshal. Click on the link in my description box below. No credit check, no cosigner. That's Car Marshal. How come the murders of Martin Luther King's mother and brother hardly ever get talked about? Of course, we all know what happened to MLK. But what happened to his mother and his brother? What really happened to the King family? Was their deaths due to hit jobs from someone higher up? Or were these separate incidents that had no connection with each other? Alberta King was shot and killed at the age of 69 in 1974. She was playing the organ during Sunday service at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. But who sent her killer, and why? Her killer was a young man named Marcus Wayne Chenault, who claimed that all Christians were my enemies, and black ministers were menace to black people. Marcus walked into the church and yelled out, "I'm taking over here." As he stepped towards the choir, he emptied 2 clips into Alberta King and 2 others. Marcus was arrested and pleaded insanity and said that he was on a mission to kill all Christians. Now, in the past, the government has used informants, lowlifes, and other despicable people to carry out hits for him. So this couldn't be too far-fetched to say that the government set this up. This guy, Marcus Wayne Chenault, was a weird individual that nobody had information on. Nobody knew much about this guy. Marcus was tried and convicted and sentenced to death by the electric chair, but it was reduced down to a life sentence because the King family opposed to the death penalty. And Marcus died of a stroke while incarcerated in 1995. Alfred Daniel King, who was known as A.D. King. He was the younger brother of MLK, and less than a year after MLK's assassination, A.D. died mysteriously in a swimming pool. A.D. was killed shortly after a telephone conversation he had with someone. A.D.'s daughter, Alveda King, overheard him say, "They killed my brother, and I'm gonna find out who did it." A.D. was also heavily involved in the civil rights movement. According to Alveda, Daddy was killed and they put him in that pool. She said when the paramedics pumped his chest, no water came out. One of the emergency people said that he was dead before he even hit the water. After identifying his body in the morgue, they also came to that same conclusion. A.D.'s wife, Naomi King. Naomi King said that he was an excellent swimmer and there was no water in his lungs. He was in a fetal position. He had bruises on his forehead. He had rings around his neck, and he was also in his underwear. A.D. cause of death was by drowning. His death was ruled a drowning. But Naomi King and Alveda King, his wife, his daughter, and everyone else around him all say that he was an excellent swimmer. So he was an excellent swimmer, and he just happened to drown. He drowned with bruises on his forehead, rings around his neck, in his underwear, and he was in the fetal position. But they say no foul play was in his death. But how do you drown when there's no water in your lungs? Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And let me know what you think in the comment section.